Hello and welcome back to FM Storey. In the last episode we began season 8 of our save where we tried to end the dominance of Celtic and Rangers, and things went pretty well. We're currently sat in third in the league table. We're level on points with Celtic, who are in fourth. We're a point behind Aberdeen and Rangers, who are second and first, and we do have a game in hand on Aberdeen as well. We've started pretty well in the Europa League. We've got a win and a draw from our first two games, which included a thrashing of Tottenham in our first game, and we've made it to yet another Scottish League Cup semi-final where we'll be playing the winners of Aberdeen or St Johnstone. So without further ado, let's get into the action. So we're approaching the end of October. We've got a big game coming up in the league against Rangers, and you can see why it is such a big game. The top four all on 20 points. We've got a game in hand on Hibs. Rangers have got a game in hand on us. You've got Aberdeen sat there in fifth on 18 points. The top five is really, really close to start this season. We've played two games since the end of the last episode. We started with a game against Kilmarnock that we threw away. We were 2-0 up early on, and then they pulled a goal back on the 81st minute. After that, we made a few substitutes, and one of our substitutes basically cost us the game. What happened was, it was a long ball forward. Hidorora dropped deep to collect the ball. Instead, it bounced off him to Conor Noss, who'd scored the first goal for them. He went round the outside of Hidorora, pulled it across, and then Maatsen turned it into an empty net where there was three of our defenders and our goalkeeper, but none of their players. All their players had gone to the far post. The ball was into the near post, and we somehow managed to put it in the back of our own net. We did bounce back with a better performance against Dunfermline. We weren't great in the first half, but we were a lot better in the second half. Goals from Carlos Medina and Bradley Barcola got us back on track. So hopefully we can carry that on into this game against Rangers. So this is the side we've picked for the game against Rangers. We're sticking with the 4-3-3. We've gone with Edstrom in the centre of defence just because he's a bit better on the ball at the back. Alan Kerr's back from an injury, so he's wide right, Ibrahimovic wide left, and Barcola, who'd ended a bit of a goal drought in the last game, through the middle. Hopefully we can put in a performance and stay top of the table. Obviously we're going to have to keep an eye on our former player, Sota Khan, as well up front, because he got quite a few goals against us last season in all competitions. Right, there's not much happened in the opening 10 minutes. No shots from either team. We've had a lot of the ball. We just haven't done anything with it yet. Right, we've got a free kick on the edge of the box here. Ibrahimovic stepping up to take it. And the keeper turns it behind for a corner. It would have had to have been some strike to beat him from there. Maatsen to take the corner. Swings it in. It's headed clear as far as Ibrahimovic into Rodriguez, and we've gone all the way back. And there we have it, half time. That was a pretty dull first half. Just the one highlight. We've dominated possession, we just haven't created enough to go with that. Right, second half, a highlight straight from the kickoff. They're attacking, which isn't a good sign. Nelson down the right hand side. Maatsen tries to win it back. Nelson's in the box. And Zebra luckily was able to turn it over. That should have been a goal for them, and we defended abysmally there in that left back position. Nelson with the corner for them. And we've headed it clear. Right, Maatsen with the throw. Geza Turi into Ibrahimovic. Infield looking for Romeo, but it's been picked off. And now they're attacking. And we've won it back. Elise to Edstrom. Maatsen, Rodriguez, and Maatsen again. Rodriguez just ran into trouble there. He's half on it back, but sort of can now for them. This is an awfully long highlight, which doesn't seem to be going anywhere, so they're about to get a chance, I would imagine. Over the top to Sota Khan, and Nesri, Cassidy, What on earth was that? I mean, it's a nothing ball through. And the keeper just... We've absolutely dominated the ball. In the end, we've created 11... Well, I had 11 shots, which is more than they had. And then we've thrown the game away with a crazy one goal. What the hell they were doing back there, I don't know. But we need to be much better going forward than we were in that game. We've made it to the end of November. We're going to end the month with a trip to Marseille in the Europa League. Since that disappointing game against Rangers in the league, things have been a bit up and down. We started with a trip to Troyes in the Europa League where we needed a late goal from Ibrahimovic to get us back on level terms. We drew 1-1 away at Hibs, and then somehow at home to Celtic hammered them 5-0 with Barcola coming up with a couple, Rodriguez, Ibrahimovic and an own goal. We then went into the semi-final of the League Cup against Aberdeen and just were absolutely atrocious. We then followed that up with a 4-0 victory away against Bate, which for some reason was played in the Brøndby Stadium. And then a really comfortable 5-1 victory against Hearts with a very rotated team. And a pretty comfortable 2-0 victory away against Aberdeen. What it means as far as the league's concerned is we're currently sat in second. We have played a game more than Celtic, who are in third. We're 4 points adrift of Rangers. We're a point ahead of Celtic. Alan Kerr's been outstanding. Jorge Rodriguez has come in with Romeo being out injured. He's come in, picked up the workload, scored some goals. And as far as the Europa League's concerned, we've played 4 games. We're currently sat in 6th position. We've won 2, drawn 2. And now we need to try and make that continue with an away game, away against Marseille, who've got 7 points from 4 games. It's going to be a tough game, and hopefully we can end the month on a high. This is the side we've picked for the trip to Marseille. We have started playing Danny Smith, who we signed as a right winger from Gibraltar. We've started playing him at right back, largely because the 3 most promising young players we've got, or 3 of the most promising young players we've got, are Danny Smith, Alan Kerr, who's slightly more developed, and Stevie Spears, all right wingers. So, although Danny Smith isn't defensively blessed, he's good enough to back up Kerr on that right hand side, with giving the extra crossing option, the work rate, the pace, the stamina that he's got. Hopefully he's going to develop into a decent right back. So they're going 4-2-3-1, we're going 4-3-3. And hopefully we can put in a result like we did against Tottenham in the opening game of the Europa League and come away with a pretty comfortable victory. Straight from the kickoff, Rodriguez back to Gazeturi, Romeo, Elise, Romeo on to Smith, getting forward down that right hand side to Kerr. He's got to the byline, into the box, pulls it across. There's Jorge Rodriguez with yet another goal, and that is the perfect start. Less than 30 seconds on the clock in the Stade Velodrome, and we've come away with a really decent goal. Kerr with his hairband gets past the defender and just squares it, and a simple finish from Rodriguez. And Kerr with the corner, it's headed up in the air. Shimihira heads it across. There's Barcola at the back post. 2-0 up in 17 minutes. And I don't think we could have asked for anything like this. They half-headed it. Shimihira rises highest. Then Barcola rises above Sarr at the back post to head home. Right, free kick out wide into the box. And they've hit it onto the roof of the net. It's a bit of a warning sign that they're not out of the game completely yet. I mean, we are 2-0 up, having had 40% possession, which is the opposite of how we'd normally play. We're normally 65% even against Rangers and Celtic, but struggling to take chances. Romeo goes back to Zebra. Edstrom onto Maatsen with plenty of space to move into on the left-hand side. Barcola. Gazer to Edstrom. We're going to get caught in our own half here, aren't we? I know Elise into Kerr. Smith in acres of space down that right-hand side. Exactly what we've put him there for. Shot with the outside of his foot. Straight at the keeper, though. And there we have it, half-time. Looking pretty comfortable, 2-0 up. Just need to not do anything stupid in the second half. Right, so we sent the same team out to start the second half. They've made 3 changes at half-time there. Right, they're looking to bring it out. Sarr goes back to the keeper. Back to Sarr. Sarr gets caught on it by Ibrahimovic, straight into Shimahira now. He must have been offside. Has to be offside, surely. Yeah. We did well to stop them play now, and then Ibrahimovic wins it and just immediately whips the ball. It actually was a hell of a lot closer than it looked at the time. It's gone up long. They've won the header. Now they're attacking on the right-hand side. Into the box, across the box, and Elise has had a penalty given against him. I mean, given where the ball ended up, it looked like he won it, but right, a penalty for them. Less than 10 minutes left. Chance for them to get back into the game. Vitinha to step up against Zebra. When he's got down low and saved it and turned it behind for a corner, and Zebra is turning into a penalty saving hero after the one he saved in extra time of the Scottish Cup final last season. The corner gets headed up in the air. Vitinha swings it a long way back, and we're forcing Sarr back. Zebra goes long. Elise didn't win it, but they've gone back to their goalkeeper. Sarr. Now they're starting to look a bit better than us down the left-hand side. Cut out by Elise. Smith onto Ibrahimovic. Moving forward with it. Down the line for Darko Seymour. Pulls it back into Carlos Medina. Seymour. Maatsen. I'm going away from goal, but Edstrom striding forward. Maatsen again. Tries to dink it up. It comes back out to him. Pulls it to Medina on the edge of the box. He sweeps it home. And that's secured the 3 points. Medina, another one of the youngsters that we signed in the summer. Perhaps going to go out on loan in the second half of the season, but Maatsen pulls it back and he just sweeps it into that far corner. And there we have it. Full time and about as comprehensive a win as you could get, especially considering we only had 37% possession. And there we have it, the end of another episode. By and large, a positive episode. Unfortunately, disappointing defeat against Rangers in the league, where we basically scored the goal for them. And also that disappointing 2-0 defeat to Aberdeen in the League Cup semi-final. But we're doing pretty well in the league. We've hammered Celtic 5-0. And we're continuing to do well in Europe as well. Now we just need to keep on for the rest of the season and see how far we can push Rangers and Celtic in the league. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.